This week at Xterra, we had a client exclusive webinar. So if you own FTK and you missed it, we're going to do forensic focused client exclusive webinars on a more regular basis. So make sure that you're tuned into those because we'll be talking about different topics related to the forensic toolkit product. This week, we talked about optimizing your install and processing options to get the most out of FTK. So it was a good one to attend. I'll have a link below in the description where you can log in and watch that presentation if you were unable to attend it. During that presentation, there were a couple questions that we got to, and then there was a couple questions that we didn't get to. And so in this video, FTK Feature Focus, we are going to take a look at the questions we didn't get to. Welcome to this week's episode of FTK Feature Focus. I'm Justin Tolman here at Xterra, and in this video, we're answering questions related to the client exclusive webcast that was this week that didn't get answered. Make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel because we release videos weekly with a lot of good information for getting the most out of FTK, as well as different artifact types and things like that. So subscribe to the channel below. So let's get to the first question. I would like to add an image to an FTK case and navigate through that image looking at the directories and files without having to process it. This is a totally normal workflow, so let's show how FTK can do that very simply. So we'll jump into FTK here. We'll hit case, we'll go to new, then we will click field mode. At this point, you can give your case a name and click OK. So we would just say FM for field mode and click OK. Now, if we look at the customized settings here, field mode turns everything off except for include deleted files. What this option does though, as the tooltip shows, is goes through the file system, zips, and other files looking for items that are marked as deleted and will display those to you in the interface. Just be aware this is one of those options in FTK, one of the very few options that if you don't run it at initial processing, you can't actually do at additional analysis. So if you think you're going to continue to work this case from an additional analysis perspective, I would leave that on in field mode. The case with 800,000 items took about 5 minutes to load up in field mode. So you're not talking about a significant time there. When I ran it without the deleted, it was just over 4 minutes. So you're looking at a little bit of a savings there on a small case of only 800,000 items. Your call on that, you're looking at just a few minutes to load in an evidence in field mode. No processing, and you can look through. The cool thing about loading it up in field mode is you still have access to your filters. Just realize that you have a lot less metadata to filter on, but you still have name, file path, file size, and MAC times. Basically anything associated with the master file table or whatever file system you're dealing with that you loaded it in, because that's what field mode will read, is just what's in the master file table. You also have the category view on the file overview tab, so you can quickly get to the different types of files, including file extensions. So the next question that we got that we didn't answer in the presentation is someone commented that they wanted the ability to export files based on extension. Cool. So to do that, you just go over to the overview tab, click on file extension, and find your extension. If I wanted DB, I could hit D to drop down to the Ds, and I have DB right here. And now I have 723 files listed. I simply right click, go to export, and choose all listed, and then specify your path, and it's going to kick those out into a directory, only those files with that extension. Simple as that. So you can export based on extension using the overview tab in the file extension category. Question number 3, and the last one we'll address in this video, is the user wanted to create a truly portable version of FTK for a case and put the database in the case folder instead of the central database for FTK. So there's two ways to approach this question. First, if the user has FTK Lab or something like FTK Enterprise, where it is using a centralized database on a server or something like that. The other is addressing portable case. So first off, we have covered portable case in several videos prior to this one. You can check them out on the channel. I'll link them down below. You can figure out how to do portable case and all the different features and stuff associated with that. If, however, you are using something like FTK Lab, FTK Enterprise, or something like that, and you have a centralized database and you don't want to use that one, you want to use a local database, you can use the FTK installer to install a database on the local machine. Say a laptop that you were going to take out on the field, or a desktop, something like that. And even if they have that configured to look at a centralized database, install the database on the local machine, and within database, add database, you can point to the database on the local box if you were taking a laptop out. That way you can have full-fledged FTK on a box that's going to leave. When you get back to the lab, you'll see your list of databases listed over here on the left. You can select which database has your case and reconnect back to that to use it. That feature of multiple database connections like that is only available on FTK Lab or FTK Enterprise, but you can do that. Otherwise, base FTK is truly portable in that the database is installed on the same system. So you just install it on any laptop or computer you wanted to use FTK. And if you needed to, you would move the license dongle from machine to machine. If you're looking for a more lightweight portable option, FTK portable case is where you want to live. So cool. I hope these questions shed a little more light. If you're using FTK, be sure to go to the link below to watch the complete webcast on how to optimize your install as well as your processing options. Also, there's a sneak peek of some new automation software we have coming up you might be interested in. The link will be down below. Remember to subscribe for constant updates, things like that. Also, we have a new podcast that is out. The link for that will also be down in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.